So out come the teams for this bronze medal final in the compound mixed teams. Teams on the shooting line. It's Guatemala, the host nation. Brilliant to see the home nation doing well and making the medal matches. Losing out to Denmark in the semi-finals. It is Maria Jose Salvador and Julio Barrias, and they go up against the Netherlands. Jody Vermeulen making up the female part of the partnership, and there is Mike Schlusser, world number 2. Netherlands lost to Mexico in the semi-finals, having beaten El Salvador, and will be the favourites here, Nikki.
Yeah, I think the Dutch are definitely favourites here, to be fair. Guatemala have done amazingly well to come through. I mean, they beat USA on the way through in the quarterfinals. Absolutely amazing. They've got every right to be here. But against Mr. Perfect in the Netherlands, it's going to be a tough match.
It certainly is going to be a tough match. It will be Mr. Perfect for the Netherlands who will shoot first. The range is clear. It's time to find out who is going to bring bronze in the mixed team event here in Guatemala City. Waiting for the second bell. Mike Schlosser will get this bronze medal match underway. 2 arrows per archer per team.
Yep.
And a perfect start.
Would you expect anything less?
Good shot from Vermeulen as well. A little bit of issue with getting her arrow up.
Yeah, as she drew up, the arrow fell off the rest, so she just managed to push that back on with her front finger. It's just not the time to come down in these matches.
Recovered well. Dropping into the 8 here. Perhaps nerves starting to play a part. We got a good close-up of her right at the beginning, and she did look very nervous. Wow, can't say the same for Julio Barrias. He looked very relaxed.
He looked absolutely solid, didn't he? Yeah, lovely shot, straight in the middle.
Yep. That is good. Start naar met het toe. Naar beneden blijven werken.
Well, perfect start for the team from the Netherlands. 40 out of 40. Overcorrection, perhaps.
She just looks so nervous, bless her, that, you know, this is probably the first time she's been up on this stage, and you can just see the shaking, and you just need to hold that bow as still as you can, and when you're under pressure it is difficult. So I think she's just struggling from that, and, you know, first end in, high pressure, but hopefully we'll see her settle down.
Well, dropping 5 points in the first end means they trail by 5, because the Netherlands shot 4 tens, a perfect score from them. They, on the other side of the shooting line, look very solid indeed. Did you expect anything less?
Not really, no. This is why we call Mike Schlosser Mr. Perfect. He opened up his qualification round here in Guatemala with a perfect 360. This guy is just sublime.
Yeah, an absolutely superb start actually for him, and I think he finished with he only dropped 3 points, didn't he? 7-17.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 3 points in the second half. I mean, incredible shooting. Again, these guys shooting at 50 meters on an 80 centimeter face. that 10 ring is pretty small. It's, you know, not much bigger than maybe a small glass cup. You know, it's tiny at that distance, and sticking them in their 10 every time is it's hard going, but he does it better than most.
Yes, he does well, and that's not forget about Jodie Vermeulen, world number 8, 27 years old. She's looking very solid as well. Very nice to have Mr. Perfect standing next to you, but she is holding her own. She shot 2 10s as well. Little smile on the face of Maria Zebedua. She looks like she's just starting to calm down. I suppose the coach has got a little part to play in that, and well, there's the windsock again doing something very different.
Yeah, not massive conditions here today, but like you say, just changeable, and that can, even if it just, you can feel it on your skin, and that kind of puts you off and makes you think, you know, should I really evaluate how I'm aiming? So it can play a part.
Well, it has done so far, certainly added a little bit of tension as we get end number 2 underway, and it will be Guatemala, host nation, to shoot first. Zebedua here trying to control the nerves. She does actually look like she's just a little bit more settled. Still see that backhand just shaking a little bit. Well, that's perhaps her most solid shot so far, Nikki.
Yeah, it definitely looked a little bit calmer. You could see really nicely on that camera angle the bubble in the front of the scope. Can't quite see it as much here, just through the front of the scope there. So you could just see it was really centred and really nice. So same for this 2 and 10.
Yeah, Barrios unusually shooting with a pair of binoculars around his neck. Now I know that archers use binoculars obviously to look at their measure, but do they normally wear binoculars when they're shooting?
Yeah, I mean, when you're shooting a qualification round, for example, you definitely want to have a little look and see where the arrows are going. He doesn't need that here because he's got a big screen. He's going to be told what the result is, but it might just be part of his routine. That's normal for him to feel them on his chest, and he wants to continue that normal feeling.
First drop points for the Netherlands.
Buen ritmo, Majo. Firmes izquierdos al final. Eso. Va bien. Exactamente.
Fast shot there. Look at that. The best one so far.
Yeah, it was really quick. Maybe too quick, but it was absolutely where she wanted it to be.
Mucho tiempo. Trabájelo bien. Eso. Firme el izquierdo. Fuerte ahí. Firme. Fuerte. 10. 9. Eso.
Yeah, he looked solid, didn't he? Took a bit of time. I wish we had the clocks here. They've only got about 20 seconds an arrow to get these arrows down.
The coach was counting it down here. Just looked a little anxious after he released that, and then you just heard a little, yeah, he's got another 10. So finishing all square with a 39. So just when the Guatemalans have pulled it all together, the Dutch team match them. So we have a 79 for the Netherlands playing a 75 for Guatemala. I'm particularly impressed with the world number 581, Julio Barrios. He's very calm. The process looks identical every time.
Yeah, definitely. He's been absolutely solid throughout. Yeah, I mean, it's just probably a matter of him getting to more stages and going for those world ranking points, really.
Not the cleanest of shots from Mike Schlosser there, but look at how calm and relaxed he is. Same for Vermeulen. Both the Dutch giving a yell of celebration after their second arrows. The Dutch still lead. 79 plays 75 here in the mixed team bronze medal match on compound Saturday. Host nation in with a shout of a medal here. And need to shoot big to put some pressure on the Netherlands. Step up, Maria Zebedua for end number 3.
Eso es. Transferimos. Firmes izquierdo. Fuerte. Esa es. 9.0 a las 12.
Yeah, still shaking a little bit. Definitely calmed down from where she was, but just, you know, got to stick with the process, got to keep thinking a normal shot routine, stick with that. It's hard when all the pressure's on you and the cameras are on, but
Buen seguimiento. Fuerte. Fuerte ahí. Firme. Fuerte. Bien.
he looked really solid with that, and then just at the end you just saw unhappy. Again, he probably was just aiming slightly to the right when it went off.
You're getting early countdown from their coach as well.
Yep.
You don't need to look at. You don't need the target camera when Mike Schliss is shooting. He tells you whether he shot a 10 or not.
Yeah, nice quick shot, and nearly always in the middle. Just watch the her release hand there. Just see the tilt as you came through. So shooting a back tension, nice and solid.
Entra en zona y fluido, María José. Eso, bien alineada. Perfecto. Deje que corra. Firme. Bien. 9.
Well, on the line, but
Hay tiempo, Julito. Trabaja la
stadium announcer's called it a 9. I tend to agree with him.
Eso es. Firme ahí. Fuerte. 10. 9. Bien, bien, bien. Ahí entró. Perfecto.
And a 10 to finish off. So 37 this end. 112. Here with 2 10s, the Netherlands can get to 119, and that would be a very commanding lead going into the fourth and final end. Half the job done by Mike Schlisser. Hand over to Jody Vermeulen.
Can you see the difference of the weights? So a little bit on the front, more on the back, so that's going to give a balance which is a bit more upright on the bow. We want that for nice steady aiming with compounds.
Well, Jody Vermeulen dropping a 9 for the second time. Only dropped 2 points throughout the match so far. It's 118, plays 112, subject to confirmation. You talk about the weighting on the bows. So each individual archer will weight their bows and customise their bows for themselves?
Yeah, definitely. So you can see we've got a long rod on there, we've got a side rod as well. So the fashion really now is a 1 side rod on compounds. We used to see 2. So you can see it full draw. There's more weight on the back than there is in the front. You know, maybe 10, 12 weights on the back there. Mike Schlosser even more. Very, very heavy bows. But that's trying to get the best hold at full draw. So when you hold the bow in the throat of the grip, you want it to sit up nicely and not have to do too much. It just kind of sits there and aims. Recurve is very different that we'll see tomorrow, much more balanced all round.
Good description there of the customization of the bows and how important it is to these archers. It's been a great competition from all of the teams from the Americas, but this one in particular will have a focus on the home nation, Guatemala, up for a medal. Whether they get it or not, it's been a tremendous performance. It's time for the fourth end. Guatemala trailing the Netherlands by 6.
Firme izquierdo. Fuerte. Firme. Esa es. 9.2 arriba. Dale un piso arriba. Venga, Julito. Buena terminación. Seguimiento. Eso. Bien, bien, bien. Esa es. Así es.
He looks just cool as a cucumber, doesn't he, at full draw? He really does. Really nice form.
Good discipline from Breyes.
Yep.
Thank you, Mike. Another 10.
Yep. So watch the release aid. She gets in and then she tilts it back. And the little hinge mechanism, and off it goes. Ooh, out on the 8.
Drifted wide, high and left. Making a little adjustment there.
Trabajo.
Yeah, maybe she felt that the wind was the issue. You know, she aimed and it went off. So if you're confident in your shot and it's gone somewhere else, you move your sign.
Little smile on the face of Maria Zabadua there, finishing the match with a 9. 2 8s in the first end, but she's improved dramatically since then. On the long hold from Julio Diaz. Finishes with a 10 and a 150 for Guatemala. Very much in the reach of Jody Vermeulen, and first up Mike Schlusser. So done his job, 10s, all 8 of his arrows.
Tijd is goed. Dus daar naar mee toe blijven werken. 10.
And a 10 to finish for Jody Vermeulen. So 38 for the Netherlands, and they have secured the bronze medal with some room to spare, to be fair, Nikki.
Yeah, you know, expect nothing less from Mr. Perfect himself. But Guatemala have done really well there. I think, you know, it's the first time for them on this stage, and you know, it's a lot of pressure when you're first up there, and all these little cameramen behind them that, you know, they're taking pictures. You can hear the shutter going off, and you know, it's something you don't normally hear in the practice range, and it is different. So it's a great experience to be up there. Like I say, they deserve to be here. They beat some fantastic teams on the way here.
Yeah, in particularly the USA, but the bronze medal does go to world number 8 Jody Vermeulen and world number 2 Mike Schlusser.
Jody Vermeulen, Mike Schlusser. Felicitaciones para ellos, al igual que Guatemala, el país local.
Solid performance from them, and Mike Schlusser never missing the 10 ring. A superb performance from Guatemala, taking out the USA, Paige Pierce and Braden Gelantine in the semi-finals, in the quarter-finals to make the semi-finals, losing to Denmark in those semi-finals, but not able to raise their game to beat the Netherlands, who have taken bronze here in Guatemala.